But it is nice. I mean, the inside of this house is nice, but it is nice that this home looks good. Looks good. Okay. Here we go. Alright, welcome. This is M-Dog from M-Dog Gaming, and we are continuing our tour of the housing options in Elder Scrolls Online. We're going to be looking at the notable category. Right now, where are we? We're at Murnoth Keep, which ended up being the one that I'm most likely to purchase, at least what I'm thinking at this point. But that's from the classic category. We're going to notable homes now. We've got three choices here. First, let's start off in Daggerfall Overlook, and let's jump right in. These are going to be the most expensive options. I think they're all going to be north of 3 million, but we'll see. A lot of the classic categories, there was sort of a division. Some of them were down around the between 2 and 300,000, and then some were up between like 700,000 to 1.3 million. That's the basic range that most of them covered. So now we're just getting into the ridiculous mansions, the notable houses. This is Daggerfall Overlook in Glenumbra, 3.78 million. Here we are in Glenumbra. This is just down from Daggerfall here. Suburb of Daggerfall is what you're looking at. And it has a beautiful fountain out here in the courtyard. So we will do comparative just like we did in the other categories, figure out which of these three is our favorite. But I gotta tell you, I'm a little low on cash. It's going to be a long time before I'm even having to be faced with the decision of what if I want something like this. I've got like a 4-car garage over here. Very cool looking stables already built onto the property. I would do all of my crafting in that building there most likely. And it doesn't look like exterior wise that it wraps around at all. I guess we really need to be thinking about scenic views of these places as well. And this is it's actually just gorgeous. So a very classic view, overlook view there. Alright, so let's run inside and see what the indoors looks like of Daggerfall Overlook. And we will check out the furnished view, but let's just first look at bare bones. Okay, so a very modest front room, but then it opens up a bit. And this is like you have your own castle here. Sort of a raised area, podium. If you wanted to have a throne, you could have a throne. M-Dog's throne. Okay, so this is just a really large room with a small room off to the side, and then over here we've got the upstairs and the downstairs. The large cellar basement area. We definitely saw classic homes that came close to this size, but not quite this, like the full castle feel. So this does separate itself a bit. Then we go upstairs and there's, several rooms. You've still got the looking down from above. More rooms over here. So let's go ahead and furnish this bad boy up. And we'll preview this. Okay. Alright, so we're going to have bedrooms upstairs. Even beds out in this room. Okay, so you can go down that way or... Oh yeah, there is not a staircase over here. So the only staircase is over here. And it doesn't look like... So I was wondering if there was going to be like a balcony off the back. Let's see what downstairs looks like. Yeah, this is just their cellar or whatnot. I was wondering if there would be a balcony off the back, but it does not appear that they're going to do that. Because that would be straight through like the throne room. Unless there's something over here. There's not. So that's kind of one downside of it, I would say. I guess we can go look at the upstairs, the furnished part upstairs real quick. But okay. I guess we already did look at the upstairs, didn't we? So I like it. I don't know. I don't know what I was really expecting necessarily with these mansions, but 3.78 million. It's nice. I don't know that it feels that much nicer than like some of the 1.4 million basically that we saw. So you're talking about, you know, more than... Ooh, I almost bought it with crowns. I don't have enough crowns. It wouldn't have worked anyway. We're talking about over 2 million more. So, I don't know. I like it. I'm not sure that it's going to get my favorite of this category, but we'll see. Let's go look at the Ebonheart Chateau. But if you do want the traditional castle, which I like, this is probably, this first one, the Daggerfall, is probably the closest you're going to get. But we'll see what the chateau looks like. Oh, wow. I mean, see, this just looks so much grander in terms of walking in. The view of it. Okay, so here we are in Ebonheart. Beautiful fountain. I like the trees and the plants. What is this over here? Okay, so you can actually go in the tower. Some room down on the bottom level. And then this takes you up to the overlook, which is, I guess, just the top of the tower. Beautiful courtyard down below. The architecture on the top of the castle looks amazing. The keep. You've got lava in the background, which I guess is kind of interesting. You do also have water. Yeah, it's kind of got a unique feel to it. Okay, so here's a crafting area. Gotta find the crafting area. I really like the way the windows look. If you can't tell, this castle just has more of an impressive, eye-catching nature to it for me. Now, what the interior looks like will matter. It will matter a lot, because when you're spending 3.785 million on it, that matters. The back here, not a lot, but some space if you really wanted to get some things like out of view where you'd really have to, you know, go around to the back to find it. That would be a decent way to do it. Let's see what we look like coming in the front gate, front door. Wow. Again, wide open, very cool architecture. I don't know why there's 3 doors like right in a row, but there are. The fire is built into the floor there. We've got stairs on either side. The throne room is, I would say, here. Not raised like the other one. We'll go downstairs first. There seems to be symmetry in this place, which I kind of like. Yep, this goes straight through. Oh, neat. There's a cool little room down here, too, in the middle. And then, again, symmetry. Straight up the other side, which is exactly the same. Let's see if the upstairs is also symmetric. Kind of feels like a loft. I like this. I just like this better. Okay, let's look at the furnished view of it. Okay. I guess we should look from up here. See what it looks like. This is in fact not being used as a throne area, at least in the furnished view. We saw the upstairs. We'll check out the downstairs. And where the additional room is here, right? Yeah, very cool. Little bar area. I like it. It's not how I would decorate it, but I like it. I like the layout. It doesn't blow you away necessarily, but it's wide open. Architectural looks good. The outside was awesome. So for me personally, and I would not have expected to say this, I don't think, going into it, but I like Ebonheart Chateau more than Daggerfall Overlook. All right, let's go look at the Serenity Falls Estate. See if it can steal away my preference on the notable category. I don't think it will, but gotta try. It's in Reaper's March. Plenty of room for servants and livestock, all behind a handsome wall to keep out the bandits and burglars. Wow, it's amazing. So pretty. All right, for reference, we are in Reaper's March. We've seen several houses in this area already. So if you want like a whole... Wow, look at all this. All right, we'll go over there in a minute. A whole section over here for, you know, horses, and then an interior that you could put whatever. I don't even know. Maybe that could be your stable slash your stable area, and then maybe that's your crafting hall. Maybe that whole building is your crafting hall. That'd be pretty cool. Is this the same price? 3.775. I mean, they're all either identical or close. I don't remember exactly, but you've got a waterfall. You've got a small creek on your property, which is nice. It's not unique to have that, but there aren't that many of the properties that have it, so it's kind of cool. I wish there was fishing available, but as far as I know, there's not. But again, I don't know that for sure. So some wide open space here on the side. But the big question is going to be, look, waterfall view. You don't have an overlook here, but the scenic view is still nice. Here's the all-important, what does it look like on the inside? The outside is certainly impressive. Ooh. For this kind of money, when you walk in the front door to just kind of run into a wall, it's a little hard. So is this just going to be a lot of this upstairs? I mean, this downstairs doesn't have much to it. Okay. We'll go upstairs and see what it looks like. Oh, that goes into the courtyard, so I may be wrong about the view. All right, this is a little bit limited space. Let's go ahead and look at it furnished, and then we'll go back into the courtyard. So it feels like you're really paying for the view and the outside here. It's not that the inside isn't nice. It is, but it's not as much square footage. Okay, you have a little balcony. So that's all you have in terms of view, and you don't have a lot to look at from here either. So we'll run back inside, go down the stairs, just so we can see furnished-wise what it looked like down here. I just don't love, like, you know, you walk in the front door and this is what you got. It feels very limiting compared to those wide open floor plans of the first two places. So even though I do really like this outdoor setting at, you know, at close to as much, if not more, than the other two, simply because you've got this cool extra building over here. You really could create a crafting hall. You've also got the waterfall and all the water on your property, and if there is a way to fish here, which even if fishing pools don't come up, I don't know if an ESO, like, can you just fish in, you know, in non-fishing pools maybe? I don't know. So I like it, but the winner for me in this category is going to have to be Ebonheart Chateau. That's going to be my favorite. So as a bonus, before we wrap this third and final video up, as we look at the real estate of ESO, that does look pretty, but it's not the castle look. I guess that's what I'm a little more thinking I would want at this level. Before we wrap it up, let me see if I can find that bonus location. What's the Rosy Lion? That's a small place, right? Huh. Did they take it off this list? Maybe they took it off this list. Let me double check one thing. Sorry, it's taking me so long to wrap this up. Earth tier cavern. That's not something on the list, is it? No. Grand Topol Hideaway. That was it, isn't it? It's not on my list anymore. I wonder what happened. In the patch, they took it off. They took it off. How sneaky. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here then on this last video. So I apologize about that. They did a hotfix today, and I guess they decided to take off the housing options that weren't purchasable yet. So you couldn't even go to it through the collections tab anymore, where you used to be able to. There was this one house that, I think it was the Grand Topol Hideaway, but it was just like this island retreat kind of place, but it wasn't purchasable yet. It was clearly something that was going to be purchasable eventually, but wasn't purchasable yet. But anyway, just to summarize, of the notable homes, my favorite's Ebonheart, but they're all mighty nice. Are they worth the over 3 million, 3.7 million-ish they cost? I don't know. But that is what they look like. As always, thanks for watching. M-Dog out.